Hey everyone, let's do another budget run. This time again, it's against the Hammer Boss. My voice is also quite gone. This is the team we'll be going for. Please don't get confused by the EX levels. Again, I will always point that out. I can't do anything about this. Rest assured, none of these, or actually there's only 2 EX levels that matter. One, it's Aerith. She has to kind of be at least EX+2 or EX+1 is better. EX+2 is better. EX+1 is sufficient if you can fill her LB. And Tidus, you should have him at minimum at EX+2 to make this work. Otherwise, you'll be running into gearing issues. If he's at EX+3, even better, you can SLB on turn 3. If he's not, you're gonna SLB on turn 4, which is also fine. Alright, let's go through the gearing. Assassin Shadow, just 2 regular weapons, non-elemental if I'm not totally mistaken. Indeed. Same applies to Mastermind Xon. Bartz has his TMR equipped, nothing else really, as you can see. And that's why his EX level doesn't matter. All he's doing is 45% Wind Amp and 100% Beast Killer. That's all he's gonna do for us. So that's why you need only EX+1 Bartz for this. That's entirely enough to be able to Brave Shift him. Same applies to Assassin Shadow, by the way. All you need is EX+1 to be able to Brave Shift him. Jessie is our passive Provoke Evasion tank. Using standard stuff, she has 100% to most elements other than lightning. I can actually fix this by just removing the Esper. There we go. 100 to everything, which is good. 1 free materia slot if you need more evasion, for example. Because I am using 2 STMRs, the Log Stagger and Avalanche's Jessie's own STMR. You should probably have this by now. But if you don't, there is 1 more free materia slot for you to use. You can also swap out Advanced Weaponry, Call of the Wild if you don't have them. Those aren't that necessary. They are helpful, certainly, but not absolutely necessary. You will be able to fill her LB gauge at the very latest on turn 3, regardless. Cetra Descendant Aerith has absolutely no gear. All she is going to do is Limit Burst turn 1 or turn 2, depending on what EX level you have. Best case scenario is always to have her at EX+2 or better. I think this is an EX+1 skill, Wish to Save the... Not quite sure. Yeah, it should be EX+1 because at EX+2 you unlock her full LB gauge. So you need her at minimum EX+1, but that also assumes that you have her all. But she was given out for free up to EX+2, so this is the bare minimum. At EX+3, I don't think she gains anything at EX+3, but let me make sure that is the case. Yeah, EX+2 unlocks Wish to Save the Planet and the Outer LB, so that's fine. And then lastly, we've got Tidus built with some... I'm using 2 STMRs on this. It's Scanning Goggles, as you can see. We're using Turfing from the Trials of Mana one. Please always keep in mind that you have to wear a 2-handed weapon. Please always make it state 2-handed, such that you gain the upside of variance. Turfing is the best because it has the highest variance possible. Other than that, Manly Mantle, it's from the event or from the Scarlet Demon fight. If you're looking for budget guides or general guides for that, I have videos for that. You can check them out. This one has 50% Machina Killer, which comes in very handy for this. It's exclusive to males, so you cannot wear this on units such as Skye, for example. Other than that, decent gear, some LB damage. I am actually using Valued Memories, that is Irvine's STMR. I feel like going for that 1 or 2 STMRs on a unit should be fine, especially if they are not Neovision units. But like I said, I wanted to keep this as budget as possible. You certainly don't need this. I overshot by a landslide or by a mile with my Tidus on a test run. So if you don't have it, don't sweat it. Just pick either Machina or Beast. Best case would be both, but I don't think there's a 50% to both materia. So just go with either one. It's going to be okay. And for the vision card, I am yet again picking Celeste's vision card. Now, obviously, there are far better ones. The better ones are the 125 premium cards, for example. This is a beast fight. So if you are lucky to have, where is it? Avalanche's Tifa at EX+3, you could use her vision card. Her vision card makes this gearing even easier as her vision card has 100% beast killer. But I'm not assuming that you have EX+3 Tifa, so I'm not using that one. Another option is if you don't have that card, if you don't have Celeste's card, would be, for example, the Final Fantasy Type 0 card. It's exactly the same thing, 25 LB damage, 50% attack, and the last one doesn't apply to Tidus. And yeah, those are half decent substitutes. Now you could also use a special mission, which is Tyva's EX+3 vision card for the 100% Machina killer, but again, I'm not assuming that you have those, as this is a budget guide. And 6k attack is low enough to be, well, a budget guide. Now, if you do have a little bit better gearing, decent options for this one would be Oren's Jug and Yuna's Necklace. Those provide 500 static attack to your Tidus, which is rather huge and makes this even easier. And the only thing you'd be losing is a little bit of LB damage, but you could swap this out, for example, for Believing Until the End. This is just 50% LB damage. You could instead use Chao's ST Marden to offset the loss in LB damage, and you'd be still capping LB damage easily. That means if you have Chao, of course. Those are a few options if you do have more gearing options, but like I said, budget guide or very close to a budget guide, so we're running with this. All right, let's go. Oh, I need to refresh some energy. Let's go. The boss is Beast Machina. The boss does a few normal attacks and water attacks on turn 1, 2, 3. And if you're going for turn 4, you need Mirage on everyone, but that's Jesse's job. On turn 3, cast it on everyone and you'll be safe. All right, so turn 1, we'll Brave Shift Bartz. And he is going to Courage to Face Adversity, which is a 100% beast killer. He's going to Blessed Wind Crystal, which is the 45% wind amp. And the third action is up to you. I'm going to use Raging Winds, even though I'm not going to use the triple AR chaining, because I know you guys, myself included, hate triple AR chaining. We'll have Aerith use Source's Sidewinder. Tidus can just guard. Let's see, Jessie didn't fill her LB, which is fine. We can use Midgar's special 3 times, for example. That should ensure the full LB gauge next turn. Meanwhile, we'll Critical Mirror on Bartz. Well, I don't know. Mystical Mirror and project it. And Shadow can just guard. Alright, here's the water attack. Nothing happened. The boss does not Emperor. Turn 2, Bartz is going to limit that one, imbues the whole team with wind, which is very handy. And Jessie is going to use her Limit Burst. Keep in mind, if you have to go to turn 4, you can use the Limit Burn on turn 3 instead. Aerith is going to use Wish to Save the Planet. That's her 100% Machina killer. Tidus is still going to guard, Xon is going to guard, Shadow is going to guard. There's nothing to do for them just yet. So here are the same things, just more attacks. Alright, so my Tidus has his SLB ready. If yours doesn't have his ready at this point, you would be using Ace in the Hole. Because Ace in the Hole is a physical accuracy down, but also 2 Mirage stacks for the party. Alright, so let's use the SLB. We are going to triple AR, no, wrong one. I mean, it doesn't matter, but AR and double SR. And Mastermind Xon will also use AR double SR. Alright, we're going to start off with Tidus. Wait until he jumps into the air. 1.7, yeah. As you can see, we overshot yet again by a large amount. You only need 1.03 billion. So we did around about 700 million more than we needed to. I will show you the damage report and tell you by how much we overshot this boss. So Tidus on his own overshot by roughly 79%. So if you don't have the necessary killers, like missing the valued memories, as you can see, you won't be needing those. The valued memories, it's a nice bonus if you only can afford a 75% Machina killer, for example, instead. That will leave you 200 Beast and 275 Machina. That's, let me just quick calc this, 200 plus 275 divided by 2. That's still an average of 237 killer. You will probably deal around 1.1 to 1.4 billion. Well, actually, probably still 1.3, 1.5 billion around-ish. It's hard to always assume, but it's still going to be rather decent damage, and you will easily cap this fight. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So now that Tidus is clear, and like I said, if you're going for turn 4, just use Ace in the hole and you'll be fine. That is it for this one. Thank you all for watching. I hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions, let me know and I'll gladly answer. See you then. Bye bye.